हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल। और आज का जो हम टॉपिक डिस्कस करेंगे वो है हम यूपीएससी डिस्कस करेंगे। तो उसका मतलब है यूनियन पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट। Prelims revision carnival UPSC CSE 2020 has already started and we are providing you with special classes festival from 5th September onwards 2020. In that we have 400 plus free live classes, and then we have Unacademy UPSC Championship 2.0. All India free mock test series will be provided, and the UPSC CSE Prelims 2020 to 21 Paper 1 JS. You will also get a chance to meet the UPSC CSE 2019 toppers and top Unacademy educators along with the subscription scholarship also. So as we know that this would be conducted on 30th August, September, 13th September, 20th September and 27th September. So you can enroll now. So as we know that we have very less days left for our preparation. So if you really want to brush up some of your concepts or or you want to clear your doubts, then you can refer to UPSC CSE 2020 with Unacademy. And this one subscription has unlimited benefits, like you can learn from your home, then you have unlimited access to all the resources. They have top educators on one platform, full syllabus coverage, double doubt clearing session, live test series, and study material will be provided in the form of PDF format, answer writing sessions, and this would be done all under our mentors and guidance. So this is also one-stop solution for complete UPSC CSE preparation that we have with structured batches. Batches in Hindi, English bilingual, late night as well as 2-year batches, 100% syllabus coverage, vast range of optional, prelims, main test series, daily current affair practice, which is very essential for every UPSC student. Then we have performance analysis also, and along with that we'll also prepare you for interview also, which will help you in long term. So we have three complete batches that are already started from 7th September. Batches in Hindi, English, and bilingual. So bilingual is basically the medium of instruction would be in Hindi and English both. And in Hindi it will be in complete Hindi, and PDF will be provided you in Hindi format, in Hindi language. And in English you can enroll for English, and everything would be taught in English language. So if you really subscribe now, you will get 10% off. So you just need to apply this code SIMPLEYT, and then you can proceed for your payment, and you'll get 10% discount. Now, as we know that we are providing you free daily current affair test series practice, and this would be given to you on 7:30 p.m. 20 question, 20 minutes, and it will contain for 40 marks along with your test analysis. So the correct answers will be in green mark and the incorrect will be in red. So you can get your percentile also along with the class and UPSC toppers. And if you really like our video, then you can join on YouTube, Telegram, and Facebook. So let's start our topic. So basically, what is UPSC? UPSC is basically a central recruiting agency in India, and it is independent constitutional body in the sense that it is directly created by the constitution. Now there are articles that are like 315 to 323 in part 15 of our constitution, that gives a very elaborate provision for all the composition and appointment of the removal of all the members, along with the independence, what are the powers and function of UPSC. So basically UPSC consists of a chairman and other members that are appointed by the President of India, and the constitution, without specifying the strength of the constitution, has left the matter to discretion to the president, who basically tries to determine its composition. And usually a commission consists of 9 to 11 members including the chairman. And further, there are no qualification that has been basically prescribed for the commission's membership, except the one of the half members of the commission should be a person who have held the office for at least 10 years, either under the government of India or under government of state. Now the constitution also authorizes the president to determine the condition of service of the chairman and other members of the commission. Now, the chairman and all the members of the commission basically hold the office for the term of 6 years, and they will attain the age till and they will attain the age of till 65 years, whichever is earlier. However, they can relinquish their offices at any time by addressing their resignation to the president. They can also be removed before expiry of the term by the president in the manner as that has been provided in the constitution. Then the president can appoint one of the members of UPSC as an acting chairman in the following two ways. First, that when the office of chairman falls vacant, and second, when the chairman is basically unable to perform in functions and duty due to the absence or some other reason that has been created by the chairman, or the function to the person is appointed as a chairman that enters the duty of office, and or the till the chairman is able to resume his duties. Now let's talk about the removal procedure. Now the president can remove the chairman or any of the member of UPSC from the office under the some of the following circumstances. Like first, if he is adjured and insolvent. Second, if he engages during the term of office in any paid employment outside the duties. Third, if he is in the opinion of president unfit to continue this office, is basically one of the main reasons. And in addition to all this, then the president can also be removed from the chairman for any of the member of UPSC for the misbehavior. But however, we can also see in many of the cases that the president has also referred these matters to the Supreme Court for any further inquiry. And the Supreme Court, after the inquiry, basically upholds the cause of removal that advises the president so that they can remove the chairman or a member. Now, under all these provisions of the Constitution, the advice is basically tendered by the Supreme Court in this regard is that it is all binding on the President, and during the course of inquiry by the Supreme Court, the President can also basically suspend the chairman or the member of UPSC. Now, basically, the defining the term like misbehavior in the context of Constitution basically states that the chairman or any other member of the UPSC is basically deemed to be guilty of his behavior if one is concerned or basically interested in any contract agreement made by the government of India or the government of state. Then, if he participates in a way in which the profit of such contract or agreement is any benefit for him otherwise than as a member and in common with other members that has been incorporated in company. Now let's talk about the independence. Now the constitution basically tried to make some of the provision that our UPSC, the functioning body, is basically independent and impartial. First, that the chairman and the member of UPSC can be removed from the office by the president only in the manner and only on the ground that has been mentioned in the constitution. Therefore, they enjoy security of tenure. B, that the conditions of service of the chairman or a member through their determined by the president can also be varied to its disadvantage after his appointment. Third, the entire expenses, including the salaries, allowances, pension, chairman, and members of UPSC, are basically charged on the Consolidated Fund of India, and they are not subject to the vote of the Parliament. And then the chairman of UPSC, on ceasing to hold an office, is not basically eligible for further employment. And a member of UPSC who's actually holding is eligible for appointment as chairman of UPSC or a state public service, but not for any other employment in the government of India or a state. Then the chairman or the member of UPSC is not eligible for reappointment in that same office for the second term. Now, what are the main functions of UPSC? That, as we all know, that some of the important functions that are performed by UPSC, that it conducts the examination for appointments for all India services, central services, public services of the centrally administered territories. It also tries to assist the state if requested by two or more in framing and operating all the schemes of joint recruitment for any services of which the candidates posing special qualifications are required. It also tries to serve all and any needs of the state on the request of the state governor with the approval of the President of India. It is consulted in the following matters basically related to the personal management and all matters that are relating to the methods of recruitment to the civil services and for the civil posts. The principle of the following is basically making the appointments to civil services post and in making promotion and transfers from one service to another. Now let's talk about the further function like the suitability of the candidates for the appointment of civil services and the post for the promotion, transfers from one service to another, the appointments by transfer or deputation. The concern of every department is basically to make recommendation from promotion on the request of UPSC to ratify them. Now, all the disciplinary matters that are basically affecting the person that has been serving under Government of India in a civil capacity, including the memorials, the petitions, and that are relating to such matter. These basically include the censor, withholding of increments, promotion, recovery of the loss, reduction of lower risk of rank, then compulsory retirement, then removal of service, then dismissal of from service, any other claim that has been of legal expense incurred by a civil servant in defending the legal proceeding instituted against him. Now, the any claim for an award of a pension in respect to the injuries that are sustained by a person while serving under the government of India, or any question that has been amount to any other such award. Now we can talk about the matters of temporary appointments for a period that is exceeding one or on regularization of appointments. Now, the matters that are relating to the extension of service, re-employment of certain retired civil servants, or any other matter that are relating to all the management, the Supreme Court has basically tried to help if the government fails to consult UPS in the matters, then the aggrieved public servant has no remedy in a court. Now, basically, in other words, the court has held that any irregularity in consultation with the UPSC or acting without the consultation does not invalidate the decision of the government, and thus the provision is directory and not mandatory. Similar, all the code that has been held for the selection of UPSC does not confer to any right of the post upon the candidate. Now, however, the government is basically to act fairly and without the arbitrariness or any malefice. The additional functions that are relating to the services of the union can be conferred on UPSC by the parliament, and it also tries to place the personal system of any authority, corporate body, or the public institution within the jurisdiction of UPSC. Hence, the jurisdiction of UPSC can be extended by an act that has been made by the parliament. Now, the UPSC basically tries to present an annually to the president a report, and the president basically places this report in the both houses of parliament along with the memorandum that is basically explaining all the cases on the advices of the commission was not accepted and the reasons for such non-acceptance, and all such cases of non-acceptance must be approved by appointment committee of the union cabinet. Now, any individual ministry or department has no power basically to reject the advice of UPSC. Now, what are the limitations of UPSC after discussing all the functions and what and how they can are independent and what are the benefits? We can also talk in other words that UPSC is not consulted on a lot of matters like while making the reservation appointment for post in favor of backward classes, then, while taking the consideration claims of scheduled castes and scheduled tribe in making the appointments in like services and post, and with regard to all the selection that has been made in the chairmanship, membership of commission, tribunals, post of highest diplomatic nature, and a bulk group of group C or D services, and with regard to the selection for temporary or officiating appointment to a post if the person is appointed is not likely to hold the post for more than a year. Now, the president can exclude the post and services and matter from the purview of the UPSC. The constitution basically try to state that the president in respective to all India services and central services and the post may make regulations specifying the matters in which it shall not be basically necessary for UPSC to be consulted, and but all such regulations are made by the president and shall be laid before each of the house of parliament for at least 14 days, and the parliament can appeal or repeal them. Now let's talk about the rule. So the constitution basically tries to visualize the UPSC to be the watchdog of a merit system in India, and it is concerned with the recruitment of all India services and civil services of Group A and Group B, and advises the government when consulted on promotion and disciplinary matters. It is not concerned with the classification of services or pay, service condition, or cadre management, training, and so on, but these matters are basically handled by all the department of the personal or training, and one of the three departments are Ministry of Personal, Public Grievances and Pension. Therefore, UPSC is not just a central recruiting agency, while the Department of Personnel and Training is the central personnel agency in India. Now, the role of UPSC is not only limited, but also all the recommendations that are made by it only on the advisory nature and not binding on government. It is the union government to accept or reject all the advice. Now, the only safeguard is basically the answerability of the government in the parliament for departing from the recommendation of the commission, and further the government can also make rules with regulate to scope of advisory function of UPSC. Now, along with that, the emergence of Central Vigilance Commission in 1964 has tried to affect some of the roles of UPSC also in discipline matters, because this is because both are consulted by government while taking any disciplinary action against any civil servant, and the problem arises when the two bodies tender in a conflicting advice. However, UPSC, being an independent constitutional body, has a edge over the Central Vigilance Commission, which was created by an executive resolution of Government of India and conferred the statutory status by October 2003. So this is all we have covered in this video, all about UPSC independence and everything. So if you really like my video, you can like, subscribe and share. Thank you.